Hello, it's a stormy Tuesday here, and I have been plying from a center pole ball, and I saw some questions about how to do it, so I thought I would demonstrate. I'm getting caught up here right this second. So this is the center pole ball, and I made this by taking one skein of yarn and then winding it on my ball winder. And so I've got one strand from the middle and one strand from the outside. And the reason I do this is because I know I will have the exact amount of yarn, and I won't have too much of one or not enough of the other or all that stuff. And also when I spun this, I did it in certain colors so that it would show up the way that I wanted in the finished product. This is from Lucky Rose Fibers. This color is really pretty. So, okay, now the secret to this is to use two hands to tension your yarn. So I've got the middle tension has to be a little bit tighter than the outside because, as you see, good timing, you will get yarn barf, depending on how well you have plied or how well you have wound this and what the yarn is like. So what I did is I just untangled it with my fingers, and then I started going again, and just keep going and going and going. And I've got my one hand up here controlling my tension, and then this hand back here can stop it if I need to and do that untangling. Now if you're doing a lace yarn, it's a little bit harder. In that case, the easiest way to do is to stick your thumb through here and actually hold it on the inside. And you can see that actually smooths it out as it comes, and then I can use my other fingers if I need to catch the yarn as it comes off the outside, because this yarn is slightly over twisted, as most yarns are. And then I can just sit here and ply as I go. And move it in and out if I need to. I can also have it sitting on the floor, and I can do that, but that takes more practice, and that's where you tend to get more tangled. That's actually what I had been doing up to this point with this yarn, because I know how to catch the yarn and make it, and where it's going to tangle up and when it's going to kink up on me. But this is for a beginner. This is the easiest way to do it, is to just have it with your thumb. This yarn is really kinky in spots. I spun this a lot. I spun this at the shop, and I get interrupted and go in and out, so it's always a little more dramatic than a lot of my yarns. This is a really pretty superwash merino that I bought from Lucky Rose, because it's fun to spin other people's colors too. It's one way I keep creative, is to buy roving, and then it makes me appreciate all of what I have and be able to spin it. But it's a really cool technique. Makes a really pretty two-ply. I like the fact that I never run out, and sometimes I'll even do like this one. I spun from a center pole ball too, but this one I did actually one kind of yarn, and then I did the roving, and then I did another one that was a plain roving, and then I applied it back on itself. But again, I didn't have to have anybody, I didn't have to worry about amounts, because it literally just plied back on itself, and it's really cool. I do this a lot. This is typically how I do my two plies. I don't like filling up two bobbins because that's boring. I can get one bobbin done, and then I'm good to go, and I keep that, and I'm all excited that I got the one done. And that's about how long my attention span lasts with anything. Hopefully you guys can see how this works. You can do anything with this. You can do Angora, you can do all the others. Like I say, with lace weight, you do have to be more cautious. How you do it. See, but this is what I was after, was see how it's striping now. And it's got the cool yellow and purple stripes. So I've got all sorts of colors combined on this. It's going to be really colorful. Kind of a fractal with how I split the roving, but not quite. So hopefully this will help you guys see. If you guys could hear the wind, it is so windy. We're supposed to get 60-mile-an-hour gusts again today. It gets very soothing and kind of relaxing. I think it's more interesting. I go for a lot of really exciting ways to ply versus just, like I say, on the bobbins. I find plying really boring. It's my least favorite thing to do with spinning. And so this way, at least I can gauge how done I am, and if I don't want to Navajo ply or end ply something, this is my second go-to choice. The end ply, of course, makes a 3-ply off of one bobbin, but sometimes I don't want that heavy of a yarn, or I want a different color. This, if I had end plied this, it would have been very, very, very stripy and all rainbow. This way it's going to be stripy, but it's going to be more graduated. But see, with my thumb in there, with the back, it keeps it all balanced. And I can just go around and around and around. So hopefully this helps people who were confused on this technique. Like I say, it's really hard to describe in words. It's easier to show. And it is definitely a plying method that you have to use both hands with, unless your yarn is perfectly balanced. And one you have to practice a little bit as you go. But it's a lot of fun. And I do think it makes the prettiest yarn. Right. I'm going to hang this up before somebody walks in on me. We've already had lots of people in here buying roving today. I'm running out of roving. I've got to fix that. So, have a good day.